One of the most common concerns men bring to a urologist's office is premature ejaculation. It's something many quietly struggle with, but rarely talk about. While medication is often prescribed, there are also simple, practical techniques that can help, no prescriptions needed. In today's video, we'll walk you through 7 trusted methods that have helped many regain confidence and control. These techniques are grounded in real urological practice and shared here for educational purposes only. If you've ever wondered whether there's a more natural way to improve this part of your life, you're in the right place. Stay with us until the end. You might discover something that quietly transforms how you feel, without needing anything more than a few small changes. As we age, many men begin to notice subtle changes in their body's control, especially in areas that once felt automatic. One of those often overlooked areas is the pelvic floor. These deep muscles, which support the bladder and sexual organs, tend to weaken over time, leading to issues with control and performance. But there's good news. You can strengthen them, and it doesn't require medication or fancy equipment. Take James, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. He quietly dealt with concerns about early ejaculation, assuming it was just part of getting older. But after learning about Kegel exercises during a men's wellness seminar at his local senior center, he began practicing them daily. Within a few weeks, he noticed better control not just during intimacy, but even with everyday tasks like getting up from a chair or holding his bladder longer. Kegel exercises work by helping men activate and strengthen the muscles at the base of the pelvis, including those around the base of the penis. Research published by the Journal of Urology highlights that regular pelvic floor training can lead to significant improvements in ejaculatory control and overall pelvic health, especially in older men. In fact, one study found that after 12 weeks of targeted pelvic exercises, over 60% of men reported meaningful improvement in their sexual performance. So how do you start? Begin by identifying the right muscles. These are the same ones you'd use to stop the flow of urine midstream. Once you've located them, tighten and hold for 3 to 5 seconds. Then relax for the same amount of time. Aim for 3 sets of 10 repetitions per day. These exercises can be done discreetly, anytime while sitting, standing, or even watching TV. It's a small habit that, over time, may lead to noticeable improvements in control and confidence. And like James, you might find that just a few focused minutes each day can quietly reshape how you feel, not just physically, but emotionally. 2. Sometimes, making a small change can quietly lead to a big difference. For men looking to manage premature ejaculation without medication, one simple and accessible option is the use of condoms designed to reduce sensitivity. It might sound basic, but this approach has helped many take back a sense of control and ease during intimacy. Consider Robert, a 62-year-old grandfather from Arizona who had been in a loving marriage for over 3 decades. As he shared with his support group, intimacy had slowly become a source of frustration. A friend recommended trying condoms with a mild numbing agent, and that's when things began to shift. These products helped extend his time during intimacy, which not only gave him more confidence, but brought a new sense of closeness in his relationship. So how does it work? Regular condoms already offer a bit of reduced sensation, but certain varieties are made specifically for prolonging performance. These often contain a small amount of benzocaine, a gentle local anesthetic, placed on the inside of the condom. According to the Journal of Sexual Medicine, men who used benzocaine lubricated condoms reported longer ejaculation times, with some studies noting an average delay of over 2 minutes compared to standard condoms. This may not sound like much, but for someone struggling with early ejaculation, those extra moments can make all the difference. The benefit of this method is that it's widely available, non-invasive, and can be used discreetly, without the need for a prescription or ongoing commitment. If you're curious about trying this, look for condoms labeled desensitizing or performance enhancing at your local pharmacy or online. Brands typically indicate whether they include benzocaine or other similar agents. It's also helpful to test different styles and fits, as comfort plays a key role in the experience. Of course, while these products can be supportive tools, they may not work the same way for everyone. Some men may notice too much numbing, while others feel just the right level of control. The key is to try it gently, observe how your body responds, and go from there. For Robert, it wasn't just about longer intimacy, it was about feeling present again. That quiet confidence he rediscovered became a gift, not only to himself, but to his partner as well. As we reflect on the deeper causes behind early ejaculation, one key factor often stands out: anxiety. It's not always loud or obvious sometimes. It shows up as a quiet tension, a racing mind, or the simple fear of not meeting expectations. That mental pressure can interfere with the body's natural rhythm, especially during intimate moments. But there are gentle, proven ways to calm the mind and restore balance from within. This was something Mark, a 66-year-old veteran from Colorado, came to realize after years of frustration. He had tried medications and topical aids, but the real shift happened when he joined a local wellness group focused on breathwork and yoga, for men over 60. By practicing slow, mindful breathing and gentle stretching a few times a week, he began to feel more centered not just in the bedroom, but in everyday life. Scientific studies support what Mark discovered. According to a 2021 review in the American Journal of Men's Health, anxiety is a significant psychological contributor to premature ejaculation. The review found that practices like diaphragmatic breathing and mindfulness-based stress reduction can help regulate the nervous system, reducing performance anxiety and improving emotional control. Similarly, research from the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health has shown that yoga, especially poses focused on grounding and relaxation, can reduce stress hormones and promote a calm, focused state of mind. Getting started is simpler than most people think. A basic breathing technique, called 4-7-8 breathing, can be done anytime. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 7, and exhale through your mouth for 8. Repeat this for a few minutes, especially before bed or moments of tension. For yoga, beginner-friendly poses like child's pose, cat-cow, or legs up the wall can ease tension in the lower back and hips while encouraging mental stillness. The key is consistency. These aren't quick fixes, but gentle tools to reconnect with your body and quiet the noise that often gets in the way. As Mark shared, once I learned to slow my breath, everything else started to slow down too, including the pressure I put on myself. And sometimes, just that small shift can open the door to a more peaceful, fulfilling experience both in intimacy and beyond. Sometimes, learning to slow down can be the very thing that brings back control. For men who struggle with finishing too soon, the stop-start technique offers a simple, drug-free way to gently retrain the body's response. It might feel unfamiliar at first, but with a bit of practice, it often becomes a helpful tool in reclaiming confidence. This was the case for Alan, a 64-year-old retired postal worker from Minnesota. After opening up to a men's health coach about his concerns, he was introduced to the stop-start method. At first, it felt awkward to pause during intimacy, but over time, it gave him and his partner a new sense of communication and patience. As he put it, it helped us slow down, laugh more, and feel more connected. The technique itself is straightforward. During sexual activity, when arousal feels close to the point of no return, you pause all stimulation for a short period. This gives the body time to lower the intensity and regain control. You can resume once the feeling subsides. Some men may notice a temporary decrease in firmness during the pause, but with regular practice, they often adjust and see benefits over time. According to findings published in the Journal of Sex Research, the stop-start method, when used consistently over several weeks, has shown promising results in improving ejaculatory control. In one study, men who practiced it regularly reported an average increase of more than 1 minute in sexual duration, a meaningful difference for many couples. To get started, some men find it helpful to first try this technique during solo practice to understand their body's rhythm. Others may prefer involving their partner from the beginning, treating it as a shared experience rather than a performance goal. What matters most is patience. The stop-start method isn't about perfection, it's about awareness. And for men like Alan, that quiet shift in attention can open the door to something deeper than just extra time. It can bring back a sense of calm and connection that had been missing for years. Sometimes, a small, well-timed action can quietly change the outcome. For men working to manage early ejaculation, the squeeze technique offers a hands-on, practical approach that can help delay climax and bring back a sense of control during intimacy. This was something Tom, a 67-year-old former firefighter from North Carolina, discovered through a men's health workshop at his local VA center. Like many others, Tom was hesitant at first, but after learning the method from a certified sexual health educator, he decided to give it a try. With patience and practice, the technique became a useful part of his routine and even sparked some lighthearted communication with his wife that brought them closer. So what does the technique involve? Just before the point of climax, you or a partner firmly squeeze the glands the head of the penis for about 30 seconds. The pressure is meant to reduce stimulation and allow the feeling of urgency to subside. After a brief pause, stimulation can resume. While it may temporarily reduce firmness, many men find that with time, this method helps extend intimacy and lessen performance anxiety. The concept has been explored in multiple based studies. One report in the Journal of Urology noted that behavioral techniques like the squeeze method can significantly improve ejaculatory control, particularly when used consistently over time. It's often introduced in sex therapy as part of a broader behavioral approach to managing premature ejaculation. To begin, it can help to practice the method solo to better understand your own timing and response. Using lubrication and a relaxed setting makes it easier to identify the point just before climax. Once familiar, couples can integrate it into shared moments, turning the technique into a cooperative, supportive experience. Like any skill, it takes time. The first few attempts may feel clumsy, and the results may vary, but consistency often leads to confidence. As Tom shared with a smile, it's not just about holding off. It's about feeling like I'm part of the moment again. And that quiet confidence, regained in a simple 30-second pause, can make all the difference. Sometimes, the smallest adjustments can quietly shift the whole experience. For men who struggle with finishing too quickly, one gentle and often overlooked method involves changing positions during intimacy, not for novelty, but for better control. That's what Harold, a 70-year-old jazz musician from New Orleans, discovered after talking openly with his partner about their shared frustration. Rather than relying on external solutions, they began experimenting with different positions to find ones that felt less stimulating. To Harold's surprise, simply switching to a posture where he had less direct contact or less visual stimulation made a meaningful difference in his ability to stay in the moment. It turns out, this strategy is supported by experts. A study published in the International Journal of Impotence Research highlights that sexual position plays a direct role in arousal intensity, especially for men who are more sensitive. Positions where the receiving partner is on top or where there's less pelvic thrusting tend to reduce physical stimulation, allowing more time before climax. More importantly, changing positions can shift focus away from performance and toward connection. It encourages communication, exploration, and a shared approach to intimacy. For example, side-lying positions or spooning may feel more relaxed and less stimulating while still allowing closeness. These positions also help slow the pace, which can further lower anxiety and reduce the likelihood of early climax. For couples who are unsure where to start, the key is to approach it with curiosity, not pressure. Try exploring different positions in a relaxed setting. Take your time. Notice which ones allow for deeper breathing, eye contact, or gentler movement. These simple cues can make a world of difference in reducing overstimulation. As Harold says, we stopped treating intimacy like a finish line. Once we started slowing things down and shifting our approach, everything changed for both of us. At its core, choosing the right position isn't about doing more. It's about finding what helps you feel calm, connected, and comfortably in control. Sometimes, when searching for more control, the solution comes in the form of something simple and fast-acting. For some men, topical creams or sprays with mild anesthetic agents offer a way to reduce sensitivity and extend intimacy. Though it's not for everyone, it's a method worth understanding, especially when used thoughtfully. Take Leonard, a 65-year-old retiree from Michigan. After trying various behavioral techniques without much success, he spoke to a men's health specialist who suggested a topical cream designed to temporarily reduce sensitivity. Curious but cautious, Leonard picked up a product called elde, which combines two mild anesthetics, lidocaine and prilocaine. He followed the instructions carefully, applying a small amount about 10 minutes before intimacy and wiping off any excess before contact. Over the next few weeks, he noticed a clear improvement in his ability to stay present and in control. Products like elde are designed to slightly numb the skin, particularly at the glans head of the penis, where nerve endings are highly concentrated. According to a study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine, men using topical anesthetics reported significantly longer time to ejaculation, sometimes double their previous duration compared to those using a placebo. It's a widely accessible option that doesn't require daily medication or long-term programs. However, it's important to be aware of potential downsides. For some men, too much desensitization can reduce overall sensation more than desired. In Leonard's case, one evening he forgot to remove the excess cream before intimacy, and both he and his partner noticed a numbness that interfered with their connection. Products like elde can unintentionally transfer to a partner if not properly wiped off, which may reduce their experience as well. The key is moderation and mindful use. Start with a small amount and follow all application guidelines. Wash thoroughly before intimate contact to avoid affecting your partner. Some couples even turn this into a shared routine, treating it as a preparation step that strengthens their bond. That said, this approach isn't for everyone. Reactions can vary, and some men may find the sensation too diminished. If you're curious, consider speaking with a healthcare professional who understands men's sexual wellness. They can help guide you toward a safe and personalized plan. As Leonard shared with a laugh, "It's not magic, but when used the right way, it gave me just enough breathing room to enjoy the moment again." And for many, that simple pause in pressure can be the difference between frustration and fulfillment. Often, when physical techniques or products don't fully resolve a concern like premature ejaculation, it helps to look inward. Psychological factors, especially anxiety, stress, or past emotional patterns can quietly influence how the body responds. In these cases, talk-based approaches like sex therapy or counseling may offer meaningful support. This was the turning point for Richard, a 61-year-old accountant from Oregon. After trying several physical methods, he still found himself struggling, At the suggestion of his doctor, he began working with a licensed therapist who specialized in men's sexual health. Through weekly sessions, Richard learned to recognize thought patterns that heightened performance pressure. Over time, this new awareness gave him space to breathe and to enjoy connection without the weight of expectation. Scientific research backs Richard's experience. A 2020 review in the Journal of Sex and Marital Therapy found that cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and sex therapy significantly improved ejaculatory control, especially when used alongside behavioral techniques like the stop-start method or Kegel exercises. These sessions aren't about judgment or diagnosis. They're about building confidence, reducing anxiety, and helping individuals or couples communicate more openly. Many people find that when the mind begins to relax, the body naturally follows. If premature ejaculation feels rooted in worry, pressure, or past experiences, combining therapy with other strategies may gently open the door to long-term change. Sometimes, the most powerful changes come from the smallest habits. For men seeking a natural way to improve their confidence, desire, and performance, a simple 7-second daily practice has quietly gained attention for its impact, without relying on medication. David, a 63-year-old former engineer from Pennsylvania, had tried several approaches to boost his intimacy and energy. But it was a short, focused routine just a few seconds a day that helped him feel more present, more responsive, and more alive in his relationship again. The practice didn't involve supplements or prescriptions. It was rooted in mindful breathing, body awareness, and simple physical engagement. Emerging wellness communities across the U.S. have begun highlighting similar routines. According to Men's Health Network, incorporating brief daily practices that activate circulation and reconnect mind and body can support improvements in both physical function and emotional closeness. It's not a magic solution, but it's an easy, natural habit that takes less than a minute and may restore more than just physical strength. For men like David, it's about showing up each day with calm, quiet confidence and rediscovering pleasure along the way. Taking small, thoughtful steps can lead to meaningful changes in how you feel and connect with yourself and with those you love. Whether you're building strength, calming the mind, or trying something new, progress is always possible. So why not start tomorrow with intention, curiosity, and care? And if questions arise, don't hesitate to speak with a trusted doctor. If you're still watching and found this helpful, comment 0 or 1 below so I know you're here. For more gentle guidance on senior wellness and senior living, remember to like this video, share it with someone who may need it, and subscribe for more thoughtful support each week.